All right, so real quick, let me share this. Let's turn my volume down. This phone is not being super responsive, so we'll see what happens. Let me see. Switch to. All right, ads. All right, share to Discord. My feet are freezing. For those of you watching later, going live links. Spooky Saturday. Sorry, I'm looking at my Discord. Sky is a treasure. Okay. So while we are waiting for, hi, welcome. While we're waiting for folks to join chat, I wanted to show you guys this thing I found. It's an expectation versus reality thing. So somebody had their kid. How old was he? Let me see. It doesn't say how old the kid is. So somebody had their kid draw a picture of the birthday cake that he wanted, and he drew this. And he said it was supposed to be a skeleton head. And so they gave that to the bakery, and the bakery made this. And it's exact. It looks more like a ghost than a skeleton to me, but somebody in the comments said that they showed it to their 2.5-year-old and that she said, it's called a skeleton one. So that's a skeleton, I guess. Other kids can recognize when another kid drew. I would have totally thought that was a ghost cake, but they did so well, because here's the original again. Every polka dot is in the right spot. His eyes are the same. Every polka dot is the same shape. It's exact, you guys. It's so good. Did it freeze just now for you? Hi, Get Fit, welcome. Anyway, everything is exactly the same as the kid's drawing. On the actual, I should do it this way. On the actual cake, that looks exactly like what they asked for. Cool. Jake Prince can talk to himself all alone, just like every other day of his life. I will not have it today, just so you guys know. Just so you guys know. Not having it. I'm obviously not feeling well, so if anybody comes in and wants to try to make that worse, you can't. So sorry about it. But you know what can be done? I can make it worse for you. And I will. Because why not? I got nothing else to do. I'm stuck here for a while. Isn't it delightful? Hi, Vincent. How are you? So, anyway, it is Spooky Saturday. I brought some show and tells somewhere. What did I do with that? Oh, here it is. Oh, if I can get it. I don't know, maybe. All right, I got it. I got this birthday gift recently. I know it's backwards for y'all, but it's an illustrated history of magic books and spells. So, textbooks of magic and occult knowledge have existed through the ages. This is a bunch of them. All in one. Thanks, AJ. Dean is back. Why 3Ks, edgy teenager? What made you choose 3Ks in a row? Thank you. Maybe rethink that for future you so that you don't cringe as much when you look back at your teenage years and be like, oh, I was making a white supremacy joke at a time when it really wasn't okay. At a time when nobody would laugh at it except for like really shitty people. Hi, Hoof-Hearted. Hooves like the devil? Haha, I'm only 8. Well, even if you're kidding, I don't like kids. Not welcome here. Elliot, I am a professional comedian, so you have failed the comedy test. You didn't reach the bar. Sorry, bro. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. So yeah, Spooky Saturday. I have horror story. Well, not horror stories. I have ghost stories from the staff at the hospital where I just had surgery. So hi, Rizzler. So I want to share those with you. Oh, I look green. So weird. This phone is super weird. The screen is cracked, so that's why you've got this ghost here. I think there's a ghost up here somewhere, but that is because the screen is cracked right where the camera is, so sorry about it. I don't know why it's green though. It's supposed to be like one of the best cameras that existed when I bought this. Ciao, Giuseppe. I couldn't think of it. I wanted to say hola. Giuseppe Batazzi. But anyway. Okay, why the heck are you in pain? If you had surgery, why did they not give you enough pain? Oh, they did. Well, they gave me Tylenol. I know, edgy, super, divisive. But they gave me Norco as well, which doesn't work for me. Didn't do a single thing. If it helped me, then I cannot imagine what my pain level would have been without it. Hello, Alping. We're talking about pain, and then owl comes in. It's funny. Who would win in a fight between 1,000 cats and one Siberian tiger? That's a trick question, Midnight Woods, because a Siberian tiger is a cat. Checkmate, dog people. But yeah. And I don't think well, the only amount of pain meds that would make you not feel pain, hi Jafoni, after a serious operation surgery would be the ones that keep you completely not present, not here. And I don't want to be that. Usually ask for Thai 2. Is that a 2 or 3? My screen is cracked. I'm doing the best I can. If it can handle the pain, if not, then whatever won't make me loopy. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Painkiller? You're full of it? You're full of pain or painkillers? I don't like taking stuff just because, like, painkillers can really mess with your stomach, and I already have enough stomach problems as it is. I don't need any help there. Name a car for edit, please. Mia, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Edit? Are you drawing like I don't know what that means. But I wanted to tell you guys about my hospital stay a little bit. Oh, you're full of painkiller? Giuseppe, why are you taking a painkillers? I don't know why I'm doing that accent. I just like your name so much. It's so fun to say. Why are you on painkillers, man? What happened to you? Let's trade war stories. I can't show you guys my like stitches or anything or incisions, but because YouTube. But there are technically 4. Well, if you count the internal ones, there's a whole bunch. But yeah. Hello, Gohan Garcia. Garcia. Did it great for me after my histo and my gallbladder surgery. Pain management was great. You know, Marilyn Monroe had her gallbladder taken out. Sitting in a wheelchair. Ugh. I kind of wish I had one of those so that I could like go places. I couldn't push it though. I would have to have somebody push me. Sorry for my voice, by the way, because I had a tube down it. So it's still healing. When I saw your photo on Instagram, I was worried, but thank God you are fine and will recover. Yes, I have been under some really, really good care. Did they do what we've been hoping for? Yes, Kathy Lee. Hello again, Gohan Garcia. Yeah, I had really good care at the hospital. My surgeon's really good, and my the nursing staff was really good. The whole like prep, pre-op, and then operation, everything was really good. The anesthesiologist was a little intense. He would blink in between, like when it wasn't his turn to talk, he would blink. But when he was talking, he was very like firm, and he had like deep blue eyes, like the ocean. But it was intense. I was like, broken back? You're German, Giuseppe, with an Italian name like that. My German accent is going to be just as offensive as my Italian one. Don't worry about your grammar too much, Giuseppe. None of us are perfect here. Male nurse even made me hug a pillow after my... Yeah, man. This is mine right here. This is my pillow that I'm hugging. It's a rainbow. Oh, you can't see it. But yeah, because my abdominal muscles have been cut, so it's really hard to like sit up, roll over, twist around. Like you cannot. Naima, do you know how much I would give for a Big Mac right now? Me too, Kathy Lee. It's going to be better. Hi, Carla. Thank you. You've German from your dad's side? That's cool, Grims. I like your name, Grims. Yeah, the pillow's needed anytime it's basically a part of me now. I've just been holding it all the time. Even when I'm asleep, if I roll onto my side, I have like a bag next to me full of stuff that I can like press the pillow against so that it's like right where my belly will be when I roll over so that everything doesn't just spill out. Not like it's the wounds are going to open or anything, but like I'm trying to keep everything in place while it heals so it doesn't like, shift around, because shift happens. I don't want it happening here. So yeah, I'm doing my best. Getting up and walking around is not bad. Trying to go to the bathroom is the worst. It's the worst part of my day every time I have to go. It's awful. Okay, old man is tired and it's 3 a.m. here. Get well soon. Okay. Guten Tag, Giuseppe. Thank you for coming. Dankeschön. Yeah, it's hard. When you've had surgery and they cut your like muscles that you use seriously every day, multiple times a day, all the time, they have to like figure it out, because it takes them a while where they're like your individual your individual organs and muscles are like in shock because they've never been touched before, obviously including my throat like this, and so they like stop working, and it's like they're waiting to see if it's safe to come out or something, and then the stuff that you need them to do still, they can't do it. So you have to be really careful, and you have to go really slow and not overdo it. Like my dude today was like, if you don't take it easy and you push yourself too hard, he'll be taking care of me for 3 weeks instead of 1 week. You just make your recovery much worse if you push. So you have to go slow. You have to just let your body do Your body will tell you when it's ready to do stuff, so you just have to let it tell you and listen to it. Noah Cart. Oh, do you believe in Jesus, says Paisley. I'm not even gonna... I am not doing this right now, Paisley. Time and place, read the room. Read the room, look around. Read the room. May I please have a shout out for my Down syndrome brother, Gabe from home. Why would that mean the world to you? What does a shout out do? You don't even know who I am. Do you do that at the grocery store? Do you walk up to strangers and say, I have a special needs relative? Can you say hi to them? Who the F am I? I'm nobody. What is that? I don't understand this at all. What a weird thing to ask. I heard that there will be a new documentary about Marilyn. It'll either be at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. I heard that Sam Shaw has a book coming out. So that's going to be cool. I've seen little previews of it, pictures that no one's ever seen before. That's really neat. Does anyone else feel like YouTube live streams are an absolute freak show? The Sage, have you ever been outside? Is this your only experience of the world? Is through your little rectangular screen? That's adorable. What do you mean look around? Well, look around. Is anybody else talking about Jesus, Paisley? Or is that just your family? I don't know. It's like going to the circus for free. Sage, you shouldn't be going to the circus. Why are you streaming that? Well, hi, Devin Hendricks. This is the quickest way to let people know how I'm doing because they care about me, which may be foreign to you. I understand. But it's also a commitment I made when I started my channel that I would stream every Marilyn Monday and Spooky Saturday. And I honor those commitments, whether I'm feeling good or not. And that's called integrity, which may also be foreign to you. I understand. It's fine. Hi, Erin. What's garbage? Going outside? No. If you go outside and you think it's garbage, then you don't deserve to be here because you can't appreciate any of it. Hello, Danielle. Hi, SLX. Wait. Hold on. You know Jesus. Paisley, read the room. Obviously you can't. Paisley, I don't know if you are autistic and you have trouble reading the room, but if you are not, well, even if you are, I told you directly with words that this is not the time or place. And since you cannot accommodate being a part of a group of people in any way, and you're insisting on your own narcissism, we only allow people who are cool here. So you can be a part of us, or you could just be friendly to the people around you, or you can keep doing what you're doing. But you ain't gonna do it here. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? G4 Gerald, that's interesting that you said that because I have been talking about a series I want to do about superpowers. And I'm going to promise you right now, of all the superpowers that I would want, none of them would be used for good. So, I mean, they would. I would want nature powers, I think, to protect nature from those who hurt it, including corporate CEOs and stuff that damage nature. Anybody who hurts nature, I would like the powers of nature to hurt those people until they're no longer in existence. Send a message. Let's see, from the planet, right? Oh, I forgot what I was doing. I got sidetracked. I don't think they're still here. Hi, Faith. LTB, LAS, I'm cool. Good for you. You're pretty. Thank you, Love. You look. All right, so now we have to look that up. I don't know what Stray Kids is, but let's see. SLX RGE. All right, hold on. No, not that. Let's see. So this granny person seems to speak Spanish. And not into anything good. So this is a burner account from SLXRGE. What a coward. All right, so let's see. So not worth following up on because they're too scared to be real, who they really are. They're hiding. Boring. Hello. Here's the disassembly drone automation, Amy Hazel. Hello, I'm a automated bot. Sent here by my bot commander, aka Zach, says feedback on the stream so Zach may do better with my programming. This bot to take over the internet. You know, you guys, you small children, hi Caroline, who think that you are trolling. You guys are trying to derail like a live stream you might actually enjoy if you ever shut the fuck up. Is this series a book that we can get? This book, I have no idea. It was a gift to me, Gerald, but thank you for asking. The dinosaurs with 500 teeth. You know, actually, saber-tooth tigers only had like 30 teeth or something. Hi, Giselle. Look at you making a live stream. Awesome. All right, so somebody from the Stray Kids. Somebody said I look like, where is that? I was about to look it up. Bang Chan from Stray Kids. So let's look up Stray Kids, a boy band. I'm assuming the blonde one. So maybe this is like a little kid that's never seen a blonde person before. Oh, there's not always a blonde one. Sometimes they're all black hair. He's pretty. I'll take that. Thanks, Roblox biggies. Giselle, it would be going better if I could tell people why I was here today and like all this stuff I prepared, and they would stop trying to like get attention for themselves and derail the conversation. Do I don't know what that is, Aika. I don't know what that is. Okay, so first of all, I was going to tell you guys about the ghosts in the hospital. So obviously I just had surgery, and while I was in there, I was joking around and I was asking people if there was any ghosts in the hospital, because that's kind of my whole thing. Oh, really quick first, when I was first getting the surgery and they said that they would have to like do a surgery, my dad asked a doctor, can you take the stick out while you're up there? Thank you, Giselle. Oh my God, right? And I told him, if they take the stick out, I won't have any backbone at all. That's the only thing holding me together at this point. But it's really hard to laugh right now because my diaphragm has been really messed with too. Oh my God, I sneezed yesterday for the first time since surgery. I thought I was going to fall apart. I thought I was going to explode. But yeah, my dad's hilarious. Uh, and Mike dude had a great joke, and I can't remember what it was. But then I was going into surgery. I started asking people. I only know their first names. I'm not going to say what hospital. They're very common names, so it's not like you guys will be able to dox these people. But, and they said that I wouldn't remember the stuff. After I signed all the consent forms, they were able to start like dinosaur camera. I wish. My dad is cool. Uh, so they're like, okay. They started using my IV to calm me down. One side signed all the papers. Um, and then the OR nurse, Holly, started to wheel me to the OR. And I was like, hey, you have any ghost stories from this place? And she was like, they said I wouldn't remember this stuff, but I do. And she says, oh yeah, tons. And I said, anything cool? I'd love to hear them. And she goes, oh, well, no, not really. It's mostly just doors opening when there's no one there. And it's usually at night that all the stuff keeps going, like it's being used during the day, except at night when no one's there. And then after the surgery, Joe was a guy that came and got me and rolled me to my recovery room. And which, shoot, I can't tell you the name of the recovery room, but it was like a gang neighborhood name. And I thought, why would you call it that? And I said, is this because I was born in LA? Ouch. But the guy, Joe, I said, do you have any ghost stories? And he's like, I forgot his. I think he said, no, it's just creepy at night. But then I think he told me like a cool thing where he went to a place that used to be a native village and was riding his bike and crashed gloriously on his bike. And he had to go to the hospital. And because of that bike crash, they found out that he had kidney cancer. And so he had to get it fixed. But he would never have even known if he hadn't crashed his bike where that native village used to be, which is really cool. And I told him, like, I knew the area that he was talking about. And I said, oh, the native tribe was looking out for you. And he's like, I have cousins from that tribe. And I was like, well, there you go. And then, oh, there was 2 other nurses that came in and checked on me right after that. I think one of them's name was Annika. And I asked them both if they had any ghost stories from the hospital. And they said, oh, yeah. Like, both of them were like, oh, yeah, all the time, everywhere. And she said, they have patients complain that there's noise in the rooms, like there's somebody in there with them when they're recovering, and that they hear someone typing on the keyboard. You know, when you're like in the hospital or in a doctor's office, they're always like, let me just double check your, history, and your emergency contact is this still right? Okay. So they said, Annika said that the patients report hearing the keyboard being used on the computer in the rooms when nobody's there. Like someone's still working. If you died and you used to be a nurse in a hospital and you're still sitting there like typing in people's insurance information, oh my God, I can't even imagine. I don't think ghosts get to choose where they hang out. And then they just have to make the best of it and be like, I don't know, I remember how to do this. Ouch. And then another nurse, Julissa, came in, and I love her. And she was my favorite. And she came in, and I asked her, she was night shift. Why do you keep saying that? Oh, no. Sorry, I had a cough. That's hard. Um, this is like the most I've talked since surgery. So then Julissa said that the nurses are allowed to use the couches, like the fold out couches in the rooms on their breaks, but not the beds. And so she went into room 9 once. Stories from hospice workers and nurses can be pretty convincing. They see the same stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love looking at those like stories on Reddit and stuff. It's really cool. Yeah. Uh, but she said she went into room 9 and she was trying to take a nap on the couch. Catalina, that's not how you send a super chat. There's a button somewhere on the screen with like a dollar sign. That would really help right now, actually, if you sent me $9,000. Don't make me laugh, you guys. But she said that she ended up running out of that room, like shouting. And people were like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "There is someone in there. There was someone in there with me, and I couldn't see them." Somebody else, another nurse said that, what was her name? Paige, said that people hear someone in their bathroom, in their room, when they know nobody's in there. I heard a ton of like, it sounded like somebody was moving furniture on the other side of the wall behind me for like the whole first 15 hours I was there. Yes, you are, Rizzler. Yes, you are. Welcome back. I love that it says your name and then you said your name again. Really glad that you did that. Um, but yeah, there was a ton of like ghost stories in this hospital. It was really cool. I took some pictures of my room, but I don't think I got anything. What in the world happened to my phone? It's like a whole different thing. They all looked kind of fuzzy, like I took them in the 70s, but I did take pictures in my room. Oh, it's a video. I was like, why is the lighting changing? So that's where people hear someone typing when no one's there. That has my info on it, so I'm not going to share that picture. And then like, I don't know, I tried to take pictures of the room so people could see. Oh my God, you guys, there was drama when I first got there to check in. 67. Yeah, I don't want to forget the end of his name. Hi, Roly Poly. It is weird, right? It's like people don't remember how to talk to each other anymore. The stream picture is not great, so we can't. Oh yeah, sorry about it. I picture a whole bunch of ghosts wandering around, confused in hospitals. Probably. Roly Poly, is that Roliat by any chance? My email just sent me a notification that said, "You're doing great. Read or delete an email to continue your streak." What? What? Ow. What is that? What are they talking about? Anyway, so I had a cool like experience. I was really in pain that first day in the hospital. They wanted to keep me for observation, so I stayed overnight. They do not let you sleep. If you've never had a surgery, which I had not, this is all my first time figuring all this stuff out. Um, there's so much. There's so much. When they say, "Oh, it's going to take you this long to recover," you're like, "Oh, I don't think so." It does. Yeah, it does. But they don't let you sleep. They don't let you rest in a. Hey man, guess what? You don't tell me what to do on my channel. Sorry, Kathy Lee. I know that you're like, you are here, but I'm just kind of enjoying this. Ouch. Um, but yeah, so the first day, I was in so much pain and discomfort uh, that I don't want to say exactly what I had done, but I will say that I had 2 tumors removed, and they were uh, fibroid tumors, and they were causing all kinds of problems. And they thought that they could get them out like really easily, and then once they were in there, they realized they had to cut them in half to get them out, which is crazy. But they are out, and hopefully all those issues they were causing will no longer be issues for me after I recover. But the whole first day was like severe discomfort, could not move, had like the IV stuck in my arm. Thank you. Yeah, right? Can't link it this time. Yay, Midnight Rider, thank you. 3 months. Yay. Thank you, Midnight Rider. Hi, Mary Rogers. I guess you just joined us. And instead of like listening for context or wanting to like be a kind member of a community and get to make some friends today, you decided to come in swinging like that and make yourself look like an idiot. Your ignorance is doing you no favors, but thanks for trying. Hey, from the North Pole. What's up, Tundra? What's up, my snowy? David, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Not today, but thank you. So yeah, the first day I barely said a word. My throat was way worse than this. Or you could do better, Mary. You could come in being a jerk, and then you can be told that you're being a jerk, and instead of like apologizing and trying to do better, you can just blame everybody else and leave and not actually improve anything about your life. You just dig those heels in and keep being a dick out there. Good job. It's true. Oh, thanks, David. She definitely does not know you. This is not the time. Right, Midnight Rider? I am not feeling great. I'm not the one, and this is not the day. I am recovering. Hey, Pomp, how are you doing? Pomp, I wanted to say I really appreciate your last response to my members post asking to get to know people. It was exactly what I was looking for. And I feel like I know so much more about you now. I feel like I know you so much better. And I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. I got diagnosed with 3 STDs last night. Oh, Tundra. You were doing so good. And I have my head stuff for tumors. 2 of them were huge, grapefruit and softball. My goodness. My goodness, Kathy Lee. I'm so sorry. I bet they had to cut yours in half, too. You're late, but you're here. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Mine were muscular. So mine were bleeding and stuff. There was all kinds of delightful things. I'm an open book. Me too. The truth is so much easier. Greatest love story film, Titanic or Last of the Mohicans? David, I've never seen The Last of the Mohicans, but I think the greatest love story movie is, I think there's 2 of them, The Crow and Odd Thomas. Those are the 2 best love stories I've ever seen in my life. Thank you, Giselle. Yes, I'm glad I'm home too. I had to I almost had to take out my own IV to get them to let me leave. Ow. Because I was like ready to go. How long were you in the hospital? No, okay, so our insurance company said that they cover the first 23 hours. But then one of the doctors said they cover midnight to midnight. So once you're there through midnight, it counts as like another day. I don't know which is which. The insurance company later said, oh no, it's all considered observation, so it's all part of it. I don't know, but I wanted to get the heck out of there as soon as possible so I didn't get any surprise bills in the mail from the insurance company. Hi, Sheila. Welcome back, Mary. That is totally fine. We appreciate you. Thank you for, like, it's like double dutch. You just kind of enter a room and see what's going on and jump in where you see some opportunity to, like, be a part of it. And we are super welcoming here to people who are cool. So I was just trying to get out of the hospital, though. But I was not okay. And they put me in a wheelchair. Ow. They put me in a wheelchair to leave the hospital because you have to leave in a wheelchair, right? But I couldn't have done it on my own. I know, Midnight Rider, it's really scary because you're like, I need this, but I also need a roof over my head. I got to pay my rent, you know? So she's wheeling me out and everything's totally smooth and totally cool in this like bare bones. The wheelchair that they put me in was like that metal, you know, that awful experiment they did to monkeys where they gave them like a mother that was made out of metal and then one had nothing at all. Ugh. It was like the metal mother that they put me in. It was very like bare bones, nothing to it. But the wheels were really nice until we got to the lobby. The lobby has a raised rug and it's like a metal edge on this rug and you have to like, I can't do it loud enough, but you have to like bounce over it to get out the door and then you have to bounce over the edge again. Oh no, Mary, what happened? If you want to tell us, no pressure. Oh, Sheila, I had to have 2 tumors removed. I had a major surgery on Tuesday, so I'm recovering. But I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to jinx it, and I also just didn't want everybody to freak out. Oh no, Mary, we're glad you're still with us. I hope it was nothing serious that made that happen. Obviously, that's pretty serious. But it's so bumpy to get out of the hospital. And then once we were off that lifted, the raised rug, the frame of the door was really like metal jagged. So we had to go over this like thing in the wheelchair. And then outside for some reason, and the girl apologized to me, the nurse, but for some reason, she was really cool. Whoever did like design this hospital, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful hospital. But the whole outside where you wheel patients in wheelchairs who are recovering from all kinds of things is like cobblestone. Ow. So I was like being jostled, bouncing violently up and down in this metal monkey mother chair. And I was like, can I just walk, please? And at first she couldn't even hear me over the rattling. And I was like, please let me walk. And so she's like, are you sure? And I go, yes. And she could not keep me from getting out of that chair, even though I could barely stand. Okay, Pomp, thank you for coming. If you come back later and rewatch, I had a bunch of ghost stories about the hospital. But she like could not. I got up and walked to the car. My dude was like, yay, you're walking. And I was like, God, get me out of that chair. Are you okay? Yes, Mr. Prism, I am going to be okay. I'm not great yet, but I will be. I know. What were they thinking? Can they please redo that? It was so painful. And like they don't let you just leave. You have to sit in the chair, you know? So like they're forcing them to go over the ow. Oh. Oh my god, don't even laugh. But it was awful. But anyway, recovery's been fine. I started binging the show. I am okay, Mary. Thank you. Are you okay now? Now that you have survived? You did it? You're a survivor. You not gonna give up. I don't know the words actually to that song, but you get it. Um, but yeah, recovery is weird. Like every day after I sleep, because when I'm sleeping, I'm like restoring myself, and it's a huge. The difference is literally night and day, which is probably where that phrase came from. I hope my voice recovers because I can barely even talk to the bunny to do like the high notes that I usually do for her. But what is going on? They used to keep you in the hospital for a lot longer. It sucks today. I was in the hospital for my. Oh my God, Sheila. How was your recovery for that? I cannot imagine. Going to the bathroom is the worst part of my, because all the little muscles that like help you hold it till you get there, or that help you push it out, whatever it is, like is all those muscles are traumatized. And they didn't even do that to me. So I cannot imagine how your recovery, that had to be absolute misery. I'm so glad that you got through it. Almost died last year. Oh, Mr. Prism, this is about all of us. We are all a community. We're all friends here. Please feel free to talk about it if you want to. No pressure. But yeah, they wanted to keep me longer, but I was like, please get this needle out of my arm. One of the things that they were injecting, like one of the painkillers, like hurts going in, and then it got all hot. And she's like, oh, maybe your IV went bad. Whatever that means. Did I move too much? Because I was barely moving. I did not move. I tried to roll onto my side a couple of times, like by grabbing the side of the bed and like pulling with my arm and not using any of my abdominal muscles because they're not happy. And it was like impossible. Oh, they make you wash, by the way. Before you get surgery, they give you a special kind of soap and they make you use it the night before and then the morning of. And so they make sure that no matter what you normally would smell like, you smell like hospital patient when you get there, and your skin is all dry and like sticks to itself. Like if you bend your elbow, your skin will stick because of how dry it is. I thought I was going to die when I first stood up. Oh my God. I thought all my innards would fall out. Yes. Cut from above the belly button to the pubic. Oh my God. I know sticking together is gross, Midnight Rider. Oh my God, Sheila. See, they cut me all over down there. And internally, the little germ-free wash package. Yes, like the surgical soap. And it smells not that bad, but it makes you smell like hospital. And it was super gross to use. I mean, it foamed up pretty well. Also, since they put a tube in your throat, because while you're going, sorry, I brought show and tell, I told you. So when you go through surgery, because I don't know how many of you have ever done this, but if you haven't, let me tell you about it. So that you have an understanding of what people are going through when they're like, I have surgery, or I'm recovering, or whatever. Because I didn't have any frame of reference for understanding any of this. So I think that this is stuff we should talk about. People should know. So they make you use the soap, and you're not allowed to use like perfume, deodorant, lotion, anything else. You have to be sterile. And then they use iodine soap, like they use iodine wherever they make incisions. Sorry, I gotta adjust this pillow. The innards of my body are constantly moving around, and I have to keep adjusting to suit them. But when you're under anesthesia, they have a tube down your throat, being intubated, right? And that tube is attached to a machine, or I guess a person, I don't know, who is breathing for you, because your brain is so asleep, so deeply asleep, that you forget to breathe. So they put you on a machine that breathes for you while you're under surgery, anesthesia, which could be 2 hours, 4 hours. They told me it was going to be. Some people, it's a lot longer. So when you wake up, you woke up during surgery. Oh my God. 31 surgeries. That's so scary. And they say you won't remember. Do you remember waking up? It sounds like you do. Oh, I hope you didn't feel anything, but it sounds like you do. Had a double pulmonary embolism and pneumonia. I was sick, but not that sick. Sounds like you were pretty sick. Went to the doctor because I had to sleep sitting down. Oh, back pain is no joke. Oh my God, Sheila. And then I made the mistake of reading the surgery notes, and it said surgical anaphylaxis, which means that basically your throat tries to close up around this tube and they can't either get it in or there's a problem. And then I told her that it said that and it freaked me out. And she's like, that didn't happen. And then I checked again and my surgical notes were unavailable on like the medical app. And I checked again later and it didn't say that anymore. And I was like, all right. But after your surgery, my dad had one recently too. And he said he got the same thing. He called it a children's toy. He said he didn't do this. Isn't it? Like, I saw what I saw. I think I wasn't going to read that. So they give you this thing. Oh, look at it go. Yay, you did it. It's got a little dinosaur tail over here. And you're supposed to some people with Riz in their name don't know what Riz means. Anesthetist told me that your mental state before going in is so important. I was making jokes and asking people for ghost stories, so I think mine was okay. But I was terrified. So they give you this because after your surgery, they're afraid that your brain might remember that it didn't have to breathe on its own for a while, and then it might just not do it anymore. Or like it'll just forget again and be like, you know what, I realize now I can take a break, so I think I'm going to do that. So this is like, I don't have a lot of strength. Blow, blow helps lungs not collect fluid. Exactly. So they said that you have to inhale through here to lift up this blue thing. And they said the goal is to get it to the top. And that is to keep indicator between arrows. I don't know. But this is so that you won't get pneumonia after surgery. Like, this is a real thing. So that you won't get pneumonia after surgery. You're supposed to like work out your lungs and kind of remind them how they're supposed to perform. I have not done this at all, but I'll show you how it works. Oh shoot, my diaphragm doesn't want to do that. My lungs could probably do this, but my diaphragm can't pull air in for that long. I've been taking like short breaths, but I get it. Let me try to. I feel like I don't even have the strength to pull the tube out here. All right, I'm gonna try it again. God dang. It hurts like right under my bottom rib on the right side. Give about. It is hard. It's hard. It seems like it would be really easy, but it's not. You're not blowing out. You're inhaling. So it's like it's not a lot of fun. Your husband had to use one for his COPD. Oh my God. They want you doing that right after. Yes, they said keep doing this. Like, and your goal is to get it all the way to the top. I don't think I can. Oh wait, nobody. I had the ER doctor that first helped me with this came and saw me in the recovery room, and he hugged me. And I'm like, dude, and that's like it. Nobody's touching me. Everybody stay away from, you know what I mean? I was still breathing, but I wasn't moving. See, my throat's still all messed up. How quick did they get you up after surgery? So that's another thing. Now, I want to say, first off, that the hospital was really good. Everything was cool. The food was good. I ate. The next day, they told me to go slow in case I got sick from the anesthesia. So I had sourdough toast with butter. I ordered mashed potatoes. I did not like the gravy, so I just ate plain mashed potatoes, which tasted like my mom's. They were really good. I had rice pudding. I didn't eat the part with the cinnamon on it. Exactly, Midnight Rider. Thank you. Yes. I used to be a real hugger. Ouch. My throat, yes. I thought my throat would be better by now, but I also feel like it's been a lot longer than it has because the surgery was on Tuesday. But welcome back, Mary. I looked on the chart and it said after my surgery, they were supposed to come in and assist me in getting up and do a afternoon walk, evening walk, night walk, morning walk, afternoon walk. Like I was supposed to be up and walking. And nobody had come in and done that with me at all. Not one person. And I was like, this is super weird. Yes, I'm trying to go slow so I don't make it take longer to recover. But I called the nurse and I was like, it says I'm supposed to be like walking around. And they go, do you feel like you can? And I was like, no. And they're like, do you want to try? And I was like, I think I'm supposed to. And so Joe came back. I don't think they were short-staffed, but like he came back and I tried so hard, you guys. I tried so hard to get up, and it felt like all my incisions are basically in my pelvis from the belly button where they went in with a camera and down. My belly button was super bruised and all around it. And I tried to sit up and it felt like all the weight of all my organs, like gravity pulled them all down on top of all my incisions and sutures and stitches. And it was so uncomfortable. It was like my whole, like my belly just sunk into my lap. Like all the weight of the world was in it. And I was all like, they pump air into you so they can see on the cameras when they're operating on you. So you've got all this like gas in there that's super painful too. And so it just hurt so much. I started crying. I couldn't stand up. And he's like, I think you should lay back down and we shouldn't be doing this. Trying to catch a fish. They were pretty responsive on my little nurse button. But they were also like, they would try to call me and I wouldn't even register that phone would be for me. Like there was a phone ringing and it was super quiet. It was turned like all the way down. So it sounded like it was in another room. So it never occurred to me that it might be, that anyone would be calling me on that phone. Whatever. But, yeah, I was supposed to be walking around. And then the morning shift came in the next day. And they were like, do you want us to remove some of these? Like before I tried to walk, they're like, do you want us to remove some of these blankets? Because it was like 74 in my room for some reason. And I was under so many blankets. It was so heavy that I was like, I didn't even realize how many blankets there were on top of me, all over my feet and everything. And so they're like, do you want us to remove some of these? And I go, sure, I don't care. Like, I did not care. And they start picking up blanket after blanket after blanket. And I'm like, was I being held down? And when they pull off, like, one of the last ones that was on top of my just normal blanket, I had these cuffs on my legs still. So they put these Velcro cuffs around your legs, like a giant ace bandage with a bunch of Velcro, right? And they put them on there before I went into surgery. And they turn them on and they basically squeeze your legs so that, I guess, your blood flow when you're asleep under anesthesia is really low. And so they do that to keep your blood flowing. Yes, the leg compressions to prevent blood clots. Yes. And so they had those on me during surgery. So when the next morning the guy is taking the blankets off, those cuffs are still on my legs and they weren't even plugged into anything. The whole, like, I was done with surgery around 1 or 2 p.m. and then I slept all through that night. Like, I was woken up constantly, but it wasn't until the next morning till somebody realized I still had those on and they weren't, like, doing anything. Thanks, guys. Also, in the morning, somebody during the night had unplugged my IV from my arm so that it was just in my arm and not connected to anything. And they were just putting, like, my pain meds directly into the IV. And I was like, don't I still need fluids or something? Like, yeah, Giselle, I would have loved to have those things running the whole time. That would have been really nice. But they were not. But, like, why do I still have a needle in my arm if it's not doing anything? Ow. I don't think it's malpractice, but it was like, somebody want to take these off if I'm not using them? I would have liked them, but they asked me, I think, if I wanted them to stay on, but I think I said I didn't care. But, like, I was also on a lot of drugs, so you should probably do what your medical opinion says you should do and maybe turn those babies back on. I don't know, but that was weird. And they wake you up every 4 hours. I mean, I want it out too, but, like, when I'm ready, in their professional opinion, right? So every 4 hours, when you finally fall asleep, they come in and they're like, hey, clackety, 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 clackety. Well, maybe, Sheila. I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. But they put a blood pressure cuff on your arm that doesn't have an IV in it, and they take your blood pressure so you cannot sleep through it because it's super uncomfortable. And they check your temperature with the roller thing on your forehead to make sure you don't have an infection. And there it goes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sorry. And then in the morning, this lady comes in and she goes, hi, I'm here to take your blood. And I was like, what? Why? Nobody told me that was happening. I was counting the needles. And they said, just one, your IV, and that's it. And so when she came in and was like, I'm going to take your blood, I was like, through the IV needle? And she's like, oh, no, through this one. And I was like, nobody told me you were coming. I don't like needles. And she's like, well, sorry, but we do it every day to everybody. And I was like, I'm not here for that. I just had surgery because I was in, like, an overflow wing. So I was with a bunch of people that were there for something else. And I was like, I don't think I'm a part of that. And she's like, yep, you are. So I had to, like, grip down. They take blood every morning, super early. Yes. So they woke me up did all the stuff, took my blood, and I was starting to fall asleep. Good night, Ryder, don't make me laugh. But then I was like, I got through it though. The only way out was through. And so I was trying to just go forward, let them do what they gotta do, which I have never done in my life. I've always been the no, anything but that. So I did it. I did it this time. And I'm proud. I'll be proud of my scars when they're all healed. I'm going to be like, yeah, I did it. I did it. But it would have been so much worse if I didn't. So I had to keep telling myself that. The rugs? What rugs? Rugs? Oh, I bet you're saying drugs. Sorry. Like I said, everything is always moving. So I have to keep like adjusting just because there's random like movement happening. Yes, the drugs. Well, I didn't get much of that. Sorry. Okay. It's constantly happening. Midnight Rider, don't feel bad for making me laugh. Okay. But all that's done now. And then she took my blood, and then I looked at my phone buzzed, and they updated the chart. Hello, Mrs. Prism. Thank you. And it said like normal. And then it said white blood cells sky high. And I was like, do I already have an infection? Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Sheila. It's very strange. This is all totally foreign to me. It feels very strange. Like, I know that they took a bunch of stuff out, but I still feel like it feels very, very similar to like the worst menstrual cramps ever, you know? And I don't know why it would feel like that, but that's like what it feels like to me. I do think that my incisions are in a place that I might still be able to get away with wearing like the I Dream of Jeannie costume depending on how my body heals. Because right now it is still super expanded and like distended from all the air that's still in there. Like how long does it take to I know. You know, vitamin D milk or vitamin D is supposed to help with menstrual cramps, by the way. I didn't know that until I saw a really stupid commercial for it. And I started eating like cereal with whole milk, and that made a huge difference night and day. Now I take vitamin D because I have to, but it's supposed to help. However, that's not what's happening right now. And you're not supposed to have dairy products. If it's the belly button, mine are invisible. It took a few months though. Oh, God. It's the belly button and both sides and a bunch inside. 2 weeks for the air? Oh my God. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh my God. I'm not going to make it. Ow. Ow. Oh God. I'm not built for this. Such a wispy little weakling. I'm a scrapper. I'm scrappy, but I am not built for this internal shiz. Anyway, so it's been an adventure. I've learned a lot. The next day I ordered a bunch of food. Like for breakfast I got scrambled eggs with cheese and cream of wheat and I didn't know yet not to have dairy, so I added a whole bunch of milk to my cream of wheat. You're not supposed to do that because apparently dairy like backs you up, and all your whole digestive system and bowel muscles have been touched. They've been like shifted around, and stuff's been moved around near them, and so they're in shock and they are kind of frozen, and it is the most painful thing to try to wake them up. Dark chocolate helps with your mood, though. Oh, yeah. If that's what this was, if only. Well, no, not if only. Thank God that's not what this is. It has to be absorbed through muscle and skin. What does? The air? Oh, yeah. It has a lot it has to do to get out. But they give you, like, stool softeners and stuff. Oh, no, absolutely not. I would die first if I stopped eating cereal and ice cream. That's like my whole life. But like you cannot. All of your muscles have been cut open and ripped and disconnected and pushed around, and so they're like displaced and they're weird and they're in shock and they're traumatized and they've never had anything like that before. Oh, no, I'm okay, Sheila. But the first day I was home was absolute misery because I had been eating in the hospital because they told me to, and I did not want to go to the bathroom because you can't, like I was saying earlier, you can't push, whether you're trying to pee or whatever. You cannot use the push muscles because they are in shock. And so I don't think I would have eaten if I had known, but here we are. So now I had to go through it. The only way out was through, so I had to deal with it. Hi, Mike. Oh, so like you can't just go. And by the way, there are muscles in there that help you hold it until you get there to the bathroom, and those muscles are also in shock. So it is just a joy to try to get through all of this. You're like in pain, super uncomfortable. Your body can't do what it's trying to do, what it normally does and what it needs to do. It needs to get that stuff out of there. But you have to get up, which is really hard. You have to walk, which is not bad. Once you get on your feet, it's like, okay. Because then your legs are the muscles that are working and not your like torso, especially if you have your pillow like clutched like I usually do. The pillow really helps like stabilize your abs. Oh my God, Sheila. That hurt me just to read. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The horror. You guys, this is the scariest spooky Saturday we've ever had. Just because of that sentence right there. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know how to recover from that. I don't know. Midnight Rider, so one of the tumors that was removed was pressing against my bladder. So like my bladder was like this. Well, how do I don't know how to demonstrate this. I'll say it like this. So my bladder, say this is my bladder. There's a tumor pushing against it. So it was like this. It was like completely crunched. So I was only able to use part of it for a really long time. And I thought, well, I'm getting older. Maybe this is just Bunny, what are you doing? So I was like, maybe this is just how it is for everybody. And the doctor was like, no, it is not. That is not normal. Let's figure out what's going on. And so she said that it would take, yay, Micah, thank you for being a member. Yay. Appreciate you. Yay, thank you. She said it would take like 2 weeks for those muscles to wake back up, is the phrasing that she used. 31. Oh my God. Yeah, but Sheila, that's pretty badass. Honestly, it's pretty badass. But so if it's going to take 2 weeks for my bladder to realize that it can actually do what it used to do before any of this happened, then maybe the rest of it will too. I know I'm at day 5. I'm on day 5. Help! I've been like slowly scooting down. I have to, let me try to sit up a little bit more. Oh, Master, read the room, man. Read the room. Are we gonna go through this again? Hi, Alana. Where we have to explain like how being a part of a community works to a grown adult. Besides the fact that I am very small and frail. But, I mean, I guess you shot your shot and just aimed for what you thought most people would be upset to hear. Lucky for you, they took my feelings out too. I don't have any of those. I can't believe he's. I know. And his picture looks like a teenager. But like not a teenager from like today. Bunny, what are you doing? She's chewing on something. He looks like a teenager from like the 70s. He's like, I want to be cool like my grandpa was. Whatever. Bunny, I cannot see her. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Yay. Thank you so much, Sheila. Thank you, Sheila, for the super chat on Spooky Saturday Surgery Edition. Bunny, what the F are you doing? Ow. His picture is in the dictionary next to douchebag. Hey, B, nobody cares. Sheila guessed honey. Sheila cares about you. You should be really nice to Sheila. She's the nicest one in our bunch, I guess, today. I would love some honey right now. Ugh. Yeah, they wake you up, take your temperature, all that. Okay, I had my phone here because I was going to also, like, I had like a Reddit thing saved for when missing stuff appears, but I think we might have already done that. Oh, for those of you who joined since, like, right when I first started, real quick, I did this, like, when there was nobody here yet. So if you were here for that, sorry about it. Rewatch team. A heating pad on my back. You know what? My back isn't too bad. The ER doctor also recommended a heating pad. The front of my left hip area, that's where that pain was. And also walking is supposed to help because it pulls all that swelling away. Oh, but the high white blood cell count, by the way, I know I totally got distracted, just means that your body is like rushing to heal those areas. So that's like a good thing. It's supposed to do that. Oh, so if you were not here at the very beginning, it's super cute since I have my phone here. A mom asked her son to draw the cake he wanted for his birthday. Thank you, Tina. Actually, I'm really glad I got to go through this because it's going to help. It's correcting a lot of stuff that was wrong. So hopefully after I'm recovered, I won't be in constant pain anymore that I thought everybody felt, that I thought was normal. It's going to be amazing. I hope it's amazing. I have no idea what life is like on the other side of like chronic pain. A mom asked her son to draw the birthday cake that he wanted for his October birthday. Thank you, Tina. And he drew this. And he said it was a skeleton head. And so she sent that to the bakery and said it was a skeleton. Hi, Mr. Darkness. And the bakery made this. It is exact what he drew. Every polka dot is the same shape that he drew it. They did not make the skeleton head more skeleton-y. I think it looks like a ghost. They didn't fill in his, like, it's so perfect, you guys. It's the cutest thing ever. And in one of the comments, this person said that they showed it to their 2.5-year-old and that she said, it's what you call a skeleton one. Hi, bunny. Come here. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Well, okay, you can look at me then. She just came running in all triumphant. And then didn't come up here. Come here. Come here, Nurse Bunny. Come in. I can barely reach her little nose. The bakery said copy paste. Yeah, but it's like they really did it like with frosting. Like they went through the trouble of just exactly copy pasting. It was like, it's so good, you guys. So cute. But it made me so happy to see it that I was like, I have to share this because it's so cute. It is a good bakery, right? So cute. I wish more people would do this now because I want to see more cakes like this. And how cool to have a birthday in October. Do you have the stitches that just go away or ones they have to remove? So I have stitches that I think they just go away on their own, but they're covered in, I forget what it's called, that medical glue. They even match the color. I know. They did so good. So like, I wish I could show you, but YouTube won't let me show you. But I have like, the incisions are like this long on both sides. And then there's one that went through my belly button. And the incisions are like purpley. They don't look great. They don't look infected. That's good. But they are very colorful and they're very shiny, covered in glue. So I'm not allowed to take a bath and I'm not allowed to like scrub that whole area until they're healed. But I did take a shower. I was very proud of myself for taking a shower yesterday. I don't know what day it is. But I think I might have overdone it yesterday when I stood up, I went in, I took a shower, like I used the restroom, I was doing it. What are you looking for, bunny? What are you doing? Are you bored? Wish I could show you. What are you doing? Oh, I wonder if I stopped breathing or something last night, because 3 different times this bunny is very, very concerned about me. Like 3 times. She's never done this before in my entire life with her, which is like a little over a year now. But she jumped up here onto my head and sat on my head and went like this. Like, and I was going, what? And I was asleep. Finally, blessed rest. And she's scratching at my head. And I'm like, what? And then she'd leave. And it's like, did you hear me stop breathing or something? And you came in to the rescue and thought, I'm going to mess with her hair. 3 times. Never before. And now 3 times she does that. She hasn't done that once since I've been awake, and I've been in bed, except for I've gotten up and walked around a couple times. I got up, I made a coffee. This is my first real coffee since this all happened. And I got up and I cut up an apple, which was really hard, actually. I tried to like bend my knees and press my pillow against the counter to like hold myself upright while I was pressing on the knife to cut the apple. But like, why are kitchen counters built for like tiny people? Why do they all come up to my knees? Why do I have to squat down to lean my hips against the counter? What is that? How tall do they think human beings are? But it was like a ton of work. My feet were flat on the ground, so like the back of my calves were stretched to the max while I was trying to lean against the counter for support to cut this apple. And like yesterday, when I stood up and took a shower, I think I just overdid it. I think I was up too long because I felt like if I didn't lay down right now, it's going to collapse. And I don't think you're supposed to go until that point. So I have to not do that. I have to be more careful. I don't think I've done any damage, but I do know that I have to really respect my limits here. So I had brought the Reddit thing. I showed you the cake because that was super cute. Now I want every cake to look like that. Maybe I'll ask my friends' kids, because like a lot of my friends have kids. Maybe I'll ask my friends' kids to draw what they think my birthday cake should look like, and then just have a bakery do exactly that. Can you just frost it to look like this? I think that's a great idea. How fun is that? And then the kid's going to be super proud because, like, they designed that cake, you know, good for them. I don't know what's going on. My chat seems to have frozen. Ouch. Ugh. 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 I am going to double check that my chat is still working, since the last thing I have is Mrs. Prism saying they even matched the color of the frosting. Let me see. Paul Testa said hi. Hello. Oh, disconnected? Oh, yeah, I've been missing all of this. I'm so sorry, you guys. Let me go back to the color of the frosting. Heating pad. Oh, do you have... Oh, yeah, got that. Yeah, that's so weird that I haven't... Like, this one hasn't updated since then. That's so weird. Okay. Hi, Bastion. Bastion, please. Call my name. Hi, Casey. How are you doing? Sorry, I didn't see that. My chat just stopped updating. That's super weird. You have a little play area for the bunny, like Beck said. No, Midnight Rider. The bunny owns the entire house. Everything here is hers. She goes wherever she wants. There is nothing off limits, apparently. I would love for her to have her own area, though. Animals are very perceptive in that way, yes. What a way to wake up with a bunny on my head, yes. When I was sick, the neighbor's cat that comes here to sleep was massaging my chest. Animals know. Mr. Prism, oh my god, that's so cute. Oh, what a good kitty. Maybe you were snoring because of your throat? That's possible. That is possible. I should ask. My mom's dog does that to my mom when she has a hard time breathing. Maybe she's like a medical support bunny. What is that? She's my service animal. My kitty cat I had, says Sheila, discovered my breast cancer. Wow. Your kitty was like, excuse me. Red alert, danger, Will Robinson. Sorry, Giselle. Thank you. I am on Instagram. Banana pudding 50. Okay, I'm going to look that up as soon as I get to the bottom of the chat here. That's cute. Kids have a lot of imagination. That'd be fun. Hi, everybody. You just have turtles. They don't care. Dude, I used to work at an aquarium. So now I'm caught up on the chat. I used to work at an aquarium, and they had a tortoise, and he would, like, they're fast. People think tortoise in the hair, but they are fast. Banana pudding 54. Let me look that up right now. I'm going to do it right now. I just shared banana. Hey, there you are. You already popped right up. Follow. Sent you a request. Yay. So I just shared a picture of myself at this haunted mansion as Marilyn on Saturday. Oh my God, it hasn't even been a week since that happened. Ah! Everything's so different now. They put them, our bunnies, good indoor pets. She just looked at me like, are we? I love you, bunny. You're my baby. They can be. They're scary fast. Yeah, turtles, man. They can book it. We have to put them in a box and I clean the cage because they disappear. Yes. Yeah, anytime I clean any of the like litter box bins or just, I have bins like cat boxes basically full of hay, and she'll just run and jump into them and she just loves it. Like toss the hay around, dig into it, makes little perfect circles in it like an alien. She just does stuff in there. I don't know. It's really fun for her. So whenever I have to clean one out and put fresh hay in they, what fresh hay is this? She has to see, like, what are you doing? What are you doing to my space? And she gets like right under your feet and she'll like pull at your pants and be like, hey, or your shoelaces, hey, this is all mine. What are you doing? And you're like, calm down. I have to clean it. She's like, nobody asked me. I was not consulted. She's like a control freak, but she has to see all the, like if you move the furniture at all, she's like, I have to see this. Let me look. I need to be here right now. I approve. Yes, this is fine. You're like, okay. Hope everything's okay, bunny. But yeah, she's super fun, and she sleeps right next to me. I put a picture in my Discord server of her like being a concerned nurse bunny and sleeping right next to my like hip and ribs. Really sweet. You better give the right answer. Yeah, she was like, I read the question out loud. She heard the word. I thought that this would be fun for Spooky Saturday, but I realized I've already been here for an hour and a half. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So I showed you guys the picture of me as Marilyn at the Haunted Mansion. This is the one that I'm writing the book about. And I told the owner that I'm writing a fictional novel, horror novel about this house. I told him some of my ideas that I've like been writing. Hang on. Give it a second. Everything's just shifting around. Okay. So this mansion has 9 different like suites and cottages, and each one is themed to a totally different theme, and they're all very detail oriented, like to the smallest detail they are themed, and it's so fun. It's so fun. From the outside you would never know. There's like a hedge maze outside and stuff in the back, but I want to know. I already did the 50s room because I had to. Of course I did. I was like, well, Marilyn has to go in the 50s room. But of the other 8 rooms, you guys have to tell me which one you want me to do next. And I'll keep doing, once I can, obviously, I will keep doing a different themed room and costume and character until I've done them all. So the other rooms are a gypsy room. There's a gypsy caravan, like a wooden carriage with beads and pillows on the floor, and really cool. Ouch. I got a little too excited there. You looked at the website. It is cool, right? So there's a gypsy room where I can be like a fortune teller or whatever. Actually, maybe, let me think. I don't think any of the Disney, like the princess characters, the rest of the room looks like a forest, but the carriage is very gypsy-ish, so I don't think that it will work for them. But gypsy room, cool. I was also thinking about doing like a bubble bath thing with Marilyn in the 50s room. Hey, Sheila. But then there's also a pirate room, so I can be a mermaid, pirate, or whatever. There is an Egyptian room, which I have an idea for that one, for what character I would be for that. Because obviously I don't want to do cultural appropriation, but I can do certain things that have been done in history, and that's something I would do there. And then there's a French, like Parisian room, and I have a character for that. And I think it'd be perfect. And that room is reputed to be haunted. And there is also a Roman suite. So I kind of have an idea for what I could do for the Roman suite. But I'm open to all your suggestions too, if you guys have ideas for characters for those that I could do. There's also a ship that is called the Castaway Suite, and it's a cottage outside in the yard, and you go onto a boat, and it's all like a ship that you're sleeping on. And I think a mermaid or any, like, the owner said maybe Ginger from Gilligan's Island or something. All of this stuff is an option. But there's a ton of like castaway type characters you could do. And then there's a treehouse, which is super fun. It's like a second story treehouse, really fun. And then there's also a hobbit hole, little round hobbit hole that you can go in that's in the tree, like the bottom of that tree. Really cool. Kind of have some ideas about that, but not really. I don't have, like, I'm not a big Lord of the Rings person, so I don't know too much about hobbits and things, but there's a wealth of ideas. Maybe a fairy. I don't know. There's fairies, right? All right, let's see. Egyptian room, all right. Hi, Pam. Welcome, Pammy. A cat for the Egyptian room. That's true. That's a good idea. Ooh. Meow. Oh my God. King Tut was a character on the original Batman TV show, and so was Catwoman. Cleopatra, yes. Ginger. Elf. What if I went as like the Will Ferrell elf? Ow. So silly. The pirate one. I tried to be an elf, like dressed as Goldie Hawn, like a Christmas elf. I don't know if it came across. The pirate one, the ship one, you could do Gilligan's Island. You'd be, see, thank you. I looked, Ginger's hairstyles were basically Marilyn wigs in red. I could do that. Most of her dresses are like Marilyn dresses too, so I already have them. I don't think there are fairies. It's pretty okay. Tree one. You could be Jane to Tarzan. What a good idea. Oh my God, Sheila, what a good idea. That is such a good idea. I know, Mr. Prism, I'm trying. Buddy the Elf in the Hobbit hole sounds super funny to me. Hi, Chris. So we have some good ideas coming, you guys. Yes, I'm all about it. I might have to like screenshot these. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Egyptian room, cat, Cleopatra, elf, Ginger, Jane, Buddy the Elf. All right, I got screenshots of all those ideas because they are really good ideas. I cannot wait to go back. The more time I spend there, the better. The more time, like, the more the owner talks about the history of the place, the happier I get. He's already told me some really cool stuff about it, and I can definitely put in the book. Yeah, I think it's gonna be super fun. I imagined when I scheduled the surgery, I had like, don't feel bad that I didn't tell you guys, but I had like 3 months to like be afraid and to stress out about it and to worry before the actual surgery date came. This all started back in like June in the emergency room. So I've been thinking, oh yeah, when I'm recovering and I have to just stay in bed all day, like it was going to be a cakewalk, I was like, I'll be typing a novel and editing videos, and I'll finally not feel guilty for just sitting there and doing that. I haven't been able to get very much done at all. I have not one time put my desktop over my bed. Like, I have not done anything. I have done some social media for the bakery, and that's like it. And that only took a few minutes each time. So like, I haven't done anything. Hopefully, they said that since most of the healing that's going to happen is internal, that I won't feel it necessarily, and I'll feel like I'm fine. And they said, don't. Even if you feel like you're fine, you're not there yet. And if you like overdo it before you're ready, you could really mess some stuff up. Like the stuff she said that could happen, I was like, ah. So I am going to be very careful. So, but I did think that I would get a lot more done than it turns out. But once I feel like I'm okay and I can sit up and I think I'm fine, that's when I'll start typing and editing, hopefully. Let's see. The Lord of the Rings elves are beautiful, fun costume, I bet. Hobbit hole, a female golem. That sounds like so much work. Like a bald cap and stuff like that. Oh, look at her. Viggo Mortensen, I know that. I think I've seen at least the first Lord of the Rings movie. I think I went to see it with a group of my friends, and I took a soup spoon, like a big round soup spoon, and a jar of marshmallow cream. I just ate marshmallow cream the whole time. That's all I remember about that movie. Aw, I like it. I like it, Pam. Pam A. Pam A. It's better to be too careful than dealing with it if you go too quick. Yes. Yes. And you know what? I am fine. Like when COVID shut down and everybody had to stop working and was not allowed to work, I was like, Oh, finally. I thrived. I thrived. I was like, oh, I mean, I have to stay here and binge watch everything on Netflix? Oh no. Oh no. And so when I was like, you have to stay in bed, you have to take it easy, you have to get up and walk around, but very short distances for like 2 weeks, I was like, oh no. Oh, that's too bad. Of course, it's painful, but I imagined it would be so much greater than this. It's like when you have to stay home from school, but you feel terrible the whole time and you can't actually do anything fun. You just recover. Don't bust the stitches. Thank you, Sheila. Galadriel or Arwen from Lord of the Rings are a good example of good-looking elves. Ah, thank you. Sorry, Kathy Lee. Welcome back. Mr. Prism, I swear, like I said, I think I've seen the movie, but the name Galadriel I haven't heard in ages. When I used to work at Disneyland, there was a photographer there, a Kodak photographer, who used to call me that. And he said that's who I looked like. And he just called me that all the time. And I've never heard it anywhere else except, like, very rarely will people reference that character. So, of course, my hair used to go down to my knees, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. I should look her up and see what she looks like. Kathy Lee, back again. Check with the rep dad. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise. AC in the house, jump, jump for joy. Party over here, party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake your derriere. These 3 words, when I hear it again, say, whoop, there it is, hit me. Sorry. I loved the shutdown during COVID. Right, Sheila? Oh my God, that was the best. The only reason I know the words to that song that I was just singing is because when I was a cheerleader, don't judge me, I was not a popular girl, but I was a cheerleader. We did a dance to that song. So I knew the words because I had to hear it over and over and over while I practiced. That's why I was like, party over here, party over there, with your hands in the air, shake your derriere. I still know the dance. Don't make me laugh. Galadriel is probably one of the most powerful beings in all of Middle-earth. Oh. Well, she sounds cool. I'm assuming she. I don't know. If he was saying I look like a boy, that's fine too. I've been told that already today on this live stream, so apparently I look like an Asian boy band member. Being stuck in bed is so much different from relaxing in bed. Yes. Yes, it is. Tammy. Thank you. 2 weeks ago, pretty quick. You say that, but it feels like it's been so much longer than it has. I feel like I've been like this forever. Thank you, Mr. Prism. Yeah. It feels like it's been longer than it has. But I was like, I feel like my throat shouldn't still sound like this. And Mike Dude's like, it's only been 3 days. But it's technically day 5. It's day 5. Wow, Landon, thank you. Whoa, Landon, there he goes. You are going to bonk jail. I tried out for cheerleading, had the lungs, but wasn't coordinated enough. I wasn't either. I mean, I was in every dance class. I took gymnastics. I can still only do a somersault and a really ugly cartwheel. Ow. But I could do a somersault on a balance beam, which is crazy. Crazy to think about. I could do a somersault on a balance beam and stand back up. I don't know if I could do that. Obviously not today, but like, I don't know if I could do that again. I used to flip around on the bars and like the parallel bars. I don't know if I could do that now. I haven't worked out in a while. I really need to get back into it. Oh, Mr. Prism, this is just YouTube now. If you do a vertical stream, people swipe in and they're TikTok brain people. And they just slide in and they just yap. They just open their maw and it just spills out. The stupidity just spills out. They don't look around first or anything. They just swipe in and spill stupidity everywhere. Asian boy man's always had a member that cross-dressed as a cute girl. Well, I don't know. They all kind of look like girls. They could be either to me. Some of them. Thank you, Stephen Elliott. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Hey. Oh, Giselle, do tell. What did you see out there in the world? Steven, what is your channel going to be about? Like, what kind of stuff are you going to do? If you're just joining me, by the way, I am reading my chat on this phone because this phone is not working anymore. The chat is not showing up anymore, so I have to use this one to see what you're saying. So I'm not like hearing you guys and scrolling on my phone. I promise. This is me giving you attention. Oh, no worries, Mr. Prism. It's just, yeah. Every time I go live vertically, there's always at least 3 during the live stream that swipe in and drop some dumbness. It's ridiculous. Stephen Elliott. Accidental. I had a Spooky Saturday video today. I think that the Spirit Box videos are really fun to edit because I get to listen with my like soundproof headphones, these. And I get like, I turn it up probably more than I should, and I like really listen to it over and over and try to hear what they're saying. And sometimes if I still can't, I'll do the like voice enhance and the buzz reduce and stuff so I can really hear it. And it's embarrassing how often in real life I'll hear it incorrectly and not what they said at all. But I leave it in there because that's what it sounded like to me at the time, which helps explain my questioning and stuff. But it is super interesting to me because the amount of times that I say, "What is your name?" which I always ask, it's always like there's an immediate response of like 3 names in a row from 3 different voices. And I like the odds of that are pretty slim because most of the time people on the radio aren't saying like, "My name is Angela," you know. Usually it's like, "This is DJ 320," or "This is like DJ Slim Jim," or whatever. Like, it's not, "Hey, this is Crash coming to you." It's not like, "Hello, my name is James Harrington." Like, it's very strange to say, "What is your name?" and to get 3 full names. I just think it's really interesting. I'm a hypnotherapist. Wow. So I'm hoping to use that skill to help teach people on YouTube. Oh my God, Steven, that's awesome. The cemetery investigations. Thank you, Sheila. Steven, I would totally let you hypnotize me and film it. I'm in California. I don't know where you are. Looks like, I can't tell by your picture. I was like DC, but I don't think you're in DC. I don't know. Sheila, the cemetery thing is crazy to me because most people say, "Oh, cemeteries aren't haunted," and all that. But there's so much to learn in a cemetery when you go around and you read the tombstones. Like, they're fascinating and there's so much information. And there's some from like, some of them are really old. And you'll see a lot of times people had like 8 kids and there's like 6 kids that all died at the same time from the same like smallpox or something. Like within a week, they lost 6 kids. And it's crazy to walk around and to look at all these tombstones and see what's going on. And sometimes you'll see, like, I follow some subreddits about cemeteries, and one of them, a person saw a man and 2 kids who all had the same death date, and mom wasn't there. And they thought, that's curious. And so they looked it up, and they're like, I wish I hadn't looked it up. Because when they looked it up, it turned out the dad killed the whole family and then himself. And then the mom got buried with her family, but her family could not get like custody. And so the children were not buried with her. They were buried with him. And his family insisted on it being that way. These people walk among us, these monsters, right? But you would never know that without going around and having a natural curiosity and an interest in reading the tombstones and being like, I wonder what happened here. Hypnosis doesn't work on everyone, though, so usually you have to do what's called a suggestibility test. Stephen, I have been hypnotized at a hypnotist show, and it's embarrassing. He made me smell my shoe in front of everybody. I have not done tomb rubbings with chalk because I don't have anywhere to put them. I don't have anywhere to put that stuff. My dad has rubbings of some pretty cool, like, ceremony sites and stuff, but I just don't have room for them. It is sad, I know. But, like, their stories should be told, you know? You think that's okay. So I have a cousin who nobody talks to. And his parents split up. I think his dad cheated on his mom or something, and so she left. And she remarried to the love of her life and was with him for like 25 years until she died. And everybody's dead and buried. And then my cousin decided on his own, with no notice or information given or gotten from anyone else in the family, he took it upon himself to have his mom exhumed from her grave next to the love of her life and moved to the cemetery next to his dad who cheated on her. And so now he is in between his second wife and his first wife, because my cousin wanted to be able to visit both of his parents at the same time and not have to make 2 trips. Then he told everybody, because someone went to visit the mom and she wasn't there. They walk among us, people. They walk among us. These people. Do you remember how he put you under hypnosis? No, it was at my high school graduation. It was like our safe and sober grad night party. I don't remember. It was like a show on stage. He had a bunch of people that didn't like pass the test, that he had them go sit down. You know what, Stephen, I have a question for you. Can people with aphantasia be hypnotized? I wonder if they can even meditate, because like you have to picture this, you picture a door, or you picture you're in a place or whatever, and people with aphantasia can't. They're not going to. They cannot do it. They don't even know what that means. Can they be hypnotized? This is the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night. I know it's stupid, but this is the stuff that I think about. Also, even after death, people can't leave them in peace. Yeah. I also wonder if guys, I guess it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl, but people with aphantasia, do they have a spank bank? Like, if you can't picture something in your head, do they even know what that term means? I don't know. That's the kind of stuff I think about. Ouch. Sorry. I'm trying to laugh like painlessly. I just want to know. I don't know anybody who has aphantasia. I mean, I don't know anybody who has told me that they do. So I have questions. I don't know how to get them answered, but I just want to know. It's just interesting to me. I think it's weird that I cannot imagine the richness that would be lost if I could no longer do that, if I could no longer picture things. And then like dreaming, do they not dream? People who can't picture something in their head, do they not dream? And then people who can't picture things in their head, do they have near-death experiences where they see something? Does that even happen to them? Does it just go black? Like, is that how you know this is your last time around? Because you can't picture anything in your head, so you're not going to experience anything after you die because it's gone. Like, all you have is your mind and not your physical eyes. So if you can't see anything with your mind, that's it for you. Like, I just want to know. I have all the questions. My PC just did something freaky. Stream froze and the YouTube window went black, and I saw something like a face in really dark blue. Are you able to, like, if you back it up, can you see that again? Take a screenshot of it? I don't know. Some thoughts should be kept to ourselves. Hi, Ken Ruby. What is synesthesia? Mr. Prism. Blind people dream in sound, smell, and touch. Okay, that's cool. That's something. I never dream anymore. Don't sleep enough to dream. Oh, I tried, but it didn't show up. Oh, darn. Elijah Greenfeld. Everybody does that. Fishing and outdoor. You sound creepy, Buffalo Bill. What you doing out there? Are you about a size 14? Your phone glitched too. Cool. Weird. Huh. I have heard that there are blind people. I could be wrong. I have heard this. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but I have heard that there are people who are blind since birth, born that way, who develop like multiple personality disorder, and some of their personalities can see. Is that true? Because if that's true, what the F is going on? What? Synesthesia is seeing sound as color. Oh. Is that why your name is Mr. Prism and your picture looks like that? That's really cool. Fishing and outdoor. How's your day going? It was going well until you opened with that super creepy, like, serial killer one-liner. What was that all about? Why would you make that first impression? Creeper. Someone gets it. That's cool, man. Never heard of it before, but that is cool. So if you listen to music, Mr. Prism, is it basically like the Yellow Submarine movie? Like, is it an animated, like, is it a colorful sequence? Like, I'm picturing the Beatles cartoon. I don't know. That sounds crazy. That's really cool. It can be really trippy. Wow. I wonder if everybody would be able to see that, but we're uh, like, I wonder if that's an evolutionary thing, or if it's like other animals. Maybe animals, there are certain animals that can see like you do, and the rest of us just, like, it's there, but we can't see it. And then I wonder if you're seeing any colors that we've never seen before. We don't even have a name for, because our eyes and brains don't compute them. They don't recognize them. I do have Discord, yes. An artist that has it makes paintings of it. I would love to see that. I'm convinced that Monet had my kind of vision. Like, Monet paintings they look how I see everything without glasses on. And then I go, oh God. Oh. Usually if I'm looking in the mirror, I look great. My makeup looks perfect. And I put my glasses on and I'm all, oh God. What have I done? Oh God. I would love to see it. I've looked at paintings of color blindness, different kinds of color blindness, and what things look like to people who have different kinds of color blindness, because there's a bunch of different kinds of color blindness. It is fascinating, you guys. Sorry, I'm thinking if I need anything from the store. Oh man. Booberry comes through whenever I try to type almost anything, starting with a B. It's like Booberry. Now, let's see. Some days I wonder if we all see the same colors or if everybody actually sees something else. No way to tell. There's no way to know, which is crazy. It's crazy how little we know. And everybody thinks everybody else is just like them, which is why I didn't know I had tumors, because I thought everybody was dealing with this. Really need that outside perspective as often as possible. The blind woman who switched personalities and could suddenly see patient BT was diagnosed with cortical blindness, but when her personality changed to a teenage boy, her vision returned. So that's a real thing? That is crazy. Huh. That makes me wonder, if you're a blind person all your life and then you die and become a ghost, can your ghost see? Like, I've never heard of anybody, a blind ghost, but maybe that's why they're always banging around. I have synesthesia too? Pammy, really? It can be all kinds of mixed senses. I see sound, taste some colors, get weird sensations from words. Yes, you need ice cream. I always need ice cream. Mint chip. Tasting colors. So when Fry said, why did everything just taste purple? That's what he was talking about. That's awesome. Whew. Found the painter again, Sarah Craning. Huh. Sarah Craning. Let's look her up. Let's check it out. This is fascinating. I love talking to you guys. Sarah Craning art. Images. It's going to be hard because I have to keep my YouTube window open so I can see the chat. Oh, so it's like... I'm assuming this is what like music looks like to her. Something like that. Ooh. That's trippy as heck. Is that what you see when you like listen to music? Oh, wow. Is this... I thought this was a blurry picture, but I think that's just what it looks like. She made blurry really effectively. That's tripping out my eyes. It can be. Wow. Julio Reyes. Listen, bro. Creeping on YouTube for women, it's not the way. That is not the way. Also, you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You don't even know where on the planet I am. And lastly, you do not have a shot with me. That's all you need to know. It's not happening. Moving along. I would never... I don't know anybody who would be like, oh my God, this guy came into my YouTube chat without knowing anything about me at all and not knowing my job or personality, even in a minuscule amount, was like, are you single? Oh my gosh, marry me. Swoon, what a prize. He must be beating women away with a stick to be thirsting in YouTube chats like that to random women he knows nothing about. His standards must be all the way up. If he's hitting on women he knows nothing about, he must really be looking for the love of his life. Ouch. Oh my God. Oh, I can't laugh at you heartily when I am in my recovery bed. Damn it. I tend to see a color and get a taste that goes with it. Not every color. Oh. Your sound looks different. Please do, Pammy. Please do. Sounds like a story straight from a fairy tale. Oh, my hero. He was in my YouTube chat and he asked if I was single. Yes or no, circle 1 and then pass it back. So stupid. I don't have patience for any of this. Like, I ain't playing around. No time. I'm not doing that anymore. What girl wouldn't just desperately fawn over somebody with no standards at all? Like those guys that shout at you from a truck passing by. Someone's going to marry that guy someday. Some poor, unknowing woman is going to get tricked into marrying that dude someday. And it'll be too late when she discovers that her man, her husband, who she probably let father a child, is a scrub hanging out of his passenger side of his best friend's ride. Pathetic. All right. Swipe delete. It worked for Mrs. Prism. You shouted at her in her chat. You were like, hey, baby. Hey, shawty. You single? And she was like, I'm a man. Or like, you don't know what they could say anything. That woman could say anything because you know nothing about her. He's just sliding in here like this is home base. He's sliding in all dirty, not even upright, shooting his shot into the darkness. What if I was a drag queen or something? He has no idea. He's just shooting that shot. Oh. Does anybody watch the series Evil on Netflix? Because they're really going into like symbolism and paying attention to symbolism on that series right now, where I'm at in it. Anyway, I have no idea how many seasons there are or how many seasons there's going to be. But this is a two-faced queen, I'm noticing. She's standing on a dead dragon, but she's got a bunch of snakes. Is it a dragon or a snake? It's a three-headed snake. It's a three-headed snake. There's a lion levitating behind her butt for some reason. There's sunflowers, I want to say, with faces on them. There's I think a griffin feeding two baby griffins off to the side there. She's got wings and more snakes. What the heck am I looking at? At least he had a conversation first. Oh, Mr. Prism did. He did slide in the DMs. I sent her a DM talking about Norwegian music. Oh, wow. Well, that's original, though. At least it's not like, hey, does this rag smell like chloroform to you? Like, I don't know. I've heard worse pickup lines. Check yes or no. You watched Evil? Oh, is it over, Tina? Oh, I don't even know. I have no idea what I got into. That is a cool illustration. It is, right? It does look like a tarot card. You did too? Okay, so Tina and Sheila, you guys know what I'm talking about. So they're like, they've got like all these symbols that they're analyzing. My dad just got me this book. It's huge, very heavy, for my birthday in July, and I haven't even opened it. I mean, I flipped through it, but I haven't like paid any attention to it. But now that I'm watching that show, I'm like, what is this? What is that? So what is it? Ow, 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 ow. I don't think I should be lifting this book up. Let's see. I'm going to try to flip through it and find this queen. Dude, there's stuff out there that really looks like the things on that show. Like, there's actual stuff out there in this world that looks like the stuff from that show. Okay, so this is the same artist. This is a two-headed king, but instead of, he's got a snake too. And a monitor lizard, it looks like. And a bunch of 3 birds again. So there's always 3 birds. All right. These are very strange. A musical variant of that. It looks interesting. There's a Reddit for symbols too, I bet. Oh, Giselle. Oh, I'm thinking about doing a gothic version of each Disney princess and reading the Grimm, like the original oldest version of their story as the character. That's my latest idea that I came up with while I was here in bed. I think it'll be really cool. I'm kind of excited to like goth up all the girls. I think it'd be really fun. Pandora. There she is. There's the queen that's on the cover. Okay, so let's learn about her. This girl here. So it says, sorry, my throat is like, oh, there's a lion eating the sun. Okay. Title page from De Alchimia Opuscula Complura Veterum Philosophorum, which means on alchemy, several works of the ancient philosophers. Frankfurt, Germany, 1550. So this was drawn in the year 1550, or at least it was recorded in that year. First printed in 1541, this compilation of alchemical writings includes manuscript treatises spuriously attributed to various early medieval figures, including the 7th century Arab prince Khalid ibn Yazid, and what is known as the Pseudo-Geber, attributed to the legendary 8th century scientist Habir ibn Hayyan. This version of De Alchimia from 1550 was influential in part due to the 20 wood-cut emblems, symbolic coded images that take the reader through an alchemical spiritual journey. So that was one of them. And then these are two more. Let's see if you can see that. Sorry, I'm trying to show you without being able to see it. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. That's the line eating the sun. Oh. They're singing every little thing is gonna be all right. It gets dark. It is dark. I love the series Fringe as well. Like, Fringe is one of my favorite shows. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Mrs. Prism. I really think I'm gonna do it. For October, I think it's perfect. And it's just reading, like, public domain material, too. So it should be really fun. It should be easy to do. Like, the hardest part will be the costumes. Medication time. Okay, Sheila. Don't be lifting things and use your lung thingy. Every hour? So I should have used it 2.5 times already during this stream. Voynich manuscript. What is that? Fringe is the best thing ever. Isn't it great? I freaking love Fringe. I used to want to play her, but nobody would know who she was. It would just be me in a bun. Like, nobody would know that I was her. Unless I was walking around with one of the other actors. Nobody would know who I was supposed to be. Just me in a bun. Or me in a sensory deprivation tank. There. Costume complete. I was always interested in the Grimm stories, but never took the time to look them up and read them. Okay, right? I'll always remember saying, be a better man than your father because of that. Oh, yeah. Such a good show. So, Mike Dude was Hans Christian Andersen for the recent Danish celebration, right? And he was supposed to tell stories. Like, he tells stories for Danish days every year. He tells Hans Christian Andersen stories. And it's Hans, by the way, and not Hans. Which feels wrong, but it's right. I guess Hans is German and Hans is Danish. And he was born in Denmark. So Mike Dude looked up a bunch of Hans Christian Andersen stories. And they're dark and sad. He's so mean to his characters. If you read Thumbelina, for example, it's so depressing that she's just abused, abducted, imprisoned. Just her. It's just really, really dark. And he's supposed to tell these stories to kids. He had to come up with a way to tell them in a softer, enjoyable way that was more entertaining and wouldn't make everybody cry. It's a really difficult job to do, actually. And like, there's only one really that's not terrible. And it's the ugly duckling, which is still about like bullying and having no self-confidence and low self-esteem. Like, it's still really dark and sad. I guess every Disney movie is also there's a big super sad moment so that they can have a happy ending. They have to go through something sad first. But like, my God, these are sad. It's hard to look them up and read them because you read one and you're like, I don't want to read these anymore. Like, I read Thumbelina and I had a bunch queued up. I was ready to read afterwards, and I was like, I think I've had enough. Like, even The Princess and the Pea is super depressing because she didn't do anything wrong to them. And they're like, I think she's a liar. Oh. And the prince is like, I just want to get married. Anyone will do. And his mom is like, no, you have to have somebody with the standards I have chosen. And I don't like her. I don't think she fits my standards. And she does. But like, on a surface level, it's not obvious. So let's torture her. I don't know. It's just not a great story. Like, it's kind of like Sleeping Beauty. They just want to force these two children to marry each other. And they tell this little boy that he's going to marry that baby over there the second she's born. And he's like, okay. They're like, why would you marry him for love? What does that matter? Let's see. Modern urban myths. Yes, exactly. And the story of Cinderella is older than the Bible, by the way. There are recorded tellings of that story that are older than the oldest version of any Bible. Cinderella is older than Jesus. That's awesome. Makes me think of the girl with the matchsticks. Oh my God. Oh my God. I feel like you just like poked some trauma that I forgot I had. Oh. Yes. See, maybe the hardest part of the series of emo princesses is going to be reading those stories out loud. I still want to do it though, just because I think it's a cool thing, and I think that people are interested to know the original versions of those stories. Like, people want to know what it's about, even if it sucks. Maybe more so if it sucks, and then they can talk about how much it sucks to other people. Yeah. If you guys want, if you're on Discord or Instagram and you want to send me a message with like stories you want me to read, I'll do an emo version, like a gothic version of that character, and I will read that story for a spooky Saturday. And you know, I could maybe do that while I'm recovering, because it's just like, I could do it from the neck up. I'm just going to sit and read. So I could probably do that here and just drop something behind me. But I thought about doing makeup for this today for spooky, but then I realized I don't think I can stand up or bend over a sink long enough to wash makeup off my face. So maybe not yet. But at some point, I think I'll be able to do that. Yes, as an adult, yes. Why did they tell us that? Like, it's a fun story. Same as like those nursery rhymes. Nursery rhymes are super dark, and I wonder why we haven't written any. in like the last 50 years, 60 years. When's the last time a new nursery rhyme came out that everybody knew about like what's going on? I don't know. I think we should start writing them. Somebody should do that. Go write a new nursery rhyme about immigration or something. I don't know. Ow. 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 Write a nursery rhyme about ICE raids and make it about something else. Some people like to make children cry. Yes, they do. I almost said yes, we do, but then I was like, that's too much. Ouch. Oh, it just got really hot. Oh. I think I need to drink some water. Ouch. And just maybe relax for a bit. But this has been super fun. Lots of stuff going on to write about, that's for sure. Life was very different then. Even stuff from 50 years ago is now completely culturally unacceptable. Yeah. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. Okay, noises. So I have really enjoyed this, but I think I need to like relax a little bit and stop talking. But you guys have been awesome. This has been a super great stream. I've really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Hi, Bunny. And I will see you on Marilyn Monday. I'm gonna try to do something for it. Let's see how good I'm feeling for Marilyn Monday. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all. Thank you, Sheila, Giselle, Kathy Lee, Tina Girl, Death Ninja Girl, and Mr. Prism, Mike O, David Maui. Thank you, Pomp, Nito Vicente de Paula. I don't remember some of these people. Mary Rogers and Pam and Midnight Rider and Steven. Oh yeah, the hypnotist. CJ. Wow, this is weird. Carla was here for a second. The Sage of Rage. Did I say Midnight Rider? Cool. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you. 6 a.m. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Giselle. Progressive rock and metal. That's a lot less dark than nursery rhymes. That's hilarious. Mr. Prism, that's the funniest thing. These metal songs are nowhere near that dark. My God. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys all very much. I think I have a cheeseburger coming soon. I can't wait. It's going to be like my first real, like full on, lots of different things meal. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate you guys. I will see you. Take care. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy Lee. Oh, I think Kathy Lee, you don't go on that list when I tap the crown because you're a mod, maybe. Thank you, Mr. Prism. This was super interesting. What a cool, interesting stream with such cool, interesting people in the chat. I appreciate you guys. That was really cool. I feel like I've learned a lot and I have a bunch of stuff I want to look up and learn about now. Thank you guys so much. I'll keep you updated on how I'm doing, and I appreciate you all being here with me. Thank you, and good night. Happy Spooky Saturday. Bye.